Makhosi. Ngiyanibingelela nina lapha emakhaya, all you valuable, beautiful Kemites, subscribers and followers of Kemi TV. Mkhulu Sseida lo, igedla lamashkrishkre, nyanga ya makhosi. And I welcome you guys yet again to another episode. Bakwethu, ngiyanibonga man. Ngiyanibonga ngiyohlezi nginibonge, ngenxa yokuthi one of the universal languages that you must learn to speak in order for you to have an abundance is gratitude. So I show gratitude in every instant small thing that I receive. Because I am thankful for each and every one of you Kemites. We've got something in the pipelines to thank you guys this coming December. I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to give it away yet. Once we've made sure that it's solid, there's something we'll be giving away to you Kemites. But wait, I welcome you guys to this beautiful installment, another episode of Kemi TV. I'm sure as you've seen from the thumbnail, abantu bayazibuza ukuthi Mkhulu Sseida ingabe what is he up to? Imuphi umkhuba wenzayo? What is ayahuasca? Ingabe umuthi omusha wokuthi uma nguphuza yonke into yami ilunge, konke empilweni yami kuqonde, ngicebe ngibe nayo yonke into engingaba nayo? No, I so wish ukuthi benganikhandela into enjalo. I'm steady experimenting, trying all sorts of medication, all sorts of indigenous medicines from Upper Africa, from here, from outside of the country. I am a universal shaman. Not only with Nyanga, not only with Umprofeti, I am a universal shaman. So all sorts of medicines and crafts are open to me to use. And hence why we are touching on this topic today, Wuti. What is ayahuasca? Some of you that are viewing this episode might know what ayahuasca is. Some of you might only be familiar with something which we call psychedelics. Some of you might not even know what psychedelics are or might not know what ayahuasca is. So just to give you a brief understanding of what psychedelics are. Psychedelics are, I can say, natural herbs or certain fungi or synthetically formed drugs, if we're gonna use that word, which you intake that trigger hallucinations and also trigger certain mental, I'll call it mental phenomena, that also trigger for you to have a mental/spiritual experience. Maybe it might be more psychologically emotional, it might be more psychological, or it might be spiritual. Psychedelics, through various different ways, trigger you to either hallucinate or have some sort of mental experience that might cause an unbelievable change in terms of character, in terms of letting go of traumas, of things that were blocking you psychologically. Some people use them to have what we call trips, for them to hallucinate and have an experience that they deem as an experience out of this world that has no actual medicinal or has no healing effect on them. So we, in this case, would be talking about things like DMT, we'd be talking about things like mushroom, we'd be talking about things such as acid. We will have an episode in the future where we touch on each of these and how they actually work. But today, the reason why we are asking what are psychedelics is because ayahuasca would be deemed by anybody who drinks it, who is not aware ukuthi umuthi ojulile from Peru. It would be deemed as a psychedelic because you hallucinate and have what we call a psycho-spiritual experience. Now, are psychedelics evil? Mkhulu Sseida uyinyanga. So, it would depend on culture, which culture you come from. Society, which society you belong to. Do they frown upon substances that make you function at a, how can I put it, substances that alter your mental state? Do they frown upon that? Substances such as marijuana? It would depend on your community, it would depend on the culture, it would depend on the views you grew up under. Kodwa Mkhulu Sseida uyinyanga. Mkhulu Sseida says anything natural, any herb, any fungi that has been given to us by by the Mother and the Father, the Holy Mother and the Father, was meant to be used if it has certain types of medicinal effects, whether it affects you spiritually to heal you or whether it affects you mentally and emotionally. I believe it was given by it was given by and it was given to us by the higher powers, by the highest power, in order for it to assist us. The problem comes, and the problem comes with psychedelics where you start using them recreationally. Mkhulu Sseida stands by this. They were never meant for that purpose. You are never meant to eat mushrooms for fun. And hence you have people that have bad trips. Umuntu adla ama-mushroom, aqeda ukudla ama-mushroom, azibone sekagijimiswa izinto estradini, ukuthi uphume nini estradini sekangcono seka-number 1, uJohn noma uNanasi sekavulekile wonke umuntu ambona, bakubona estradini ugijima uzibiza ngokuthi uJesu, noma ugijima uzibiza ngokuthi you are the devil incarnate, or ukuthi devils are trying to kill you. It is because ubuganga ngento that you had no use for, the universe had not prescribed it to you. But there are people that need certain psychedelics, whether in microdoses or whether in larger doses. This would be to heal traumas mentally, to heal you emotionally, to help you connect spiritually. I know there will be certain gurus who will say that you don't need psychedelics to connect with God. Certain people do. Not all of us can do it through meditation. Not all of us can do it through prayer and fasting. Some people need the drastic intervention of psychedelic substances. Now, Mkhulu Sseida only endorses I only endorse natural fungi and natural herbs, meaning marijuana, meaning mushrooms, meaning ayahuasca. Logo kunye boma acid, boma DMT, angazi ngithinte, I have no experience with it, angifune ukukhulumela, but I don't endorse it because it's synthetic. It's not natural as per se. So now that I've given you my view, I don't think psychedelics are evil, but I do think anything that is done unnecessarily or that you do too much of it will be bad for you. From sugar, in fact, if you guys don't know, you can even overdose from drinking too much water. You know, you can have hydropoisoning enough from drinking too much water. So there is nothing that is so good that you can do too much of it. Anything, too much of anything will always have dire consequences. When something is done when not necessarily, it will always have certain bad consequences. Ayahuasca though, what is ayahuasca? Bagwetu, you will go and you will see the word here in the thumbnail. Just go and research it yourself because I'm not going to be delving deep in terms of what is ayahuasca. Ayahuasca is a South American tea-like drink made by shamans. It is a South American tea-like drink made by shamans. If you want to usually get ayahuasca or go to a retreat where you can drink ayahuasca, there are certain retreats I've heard of Johannesburg. I'm not exactly sure where. I'm not going to be putting up any links, but I know it's from Peru. Most people travel there to have the experience of ayahuasca. It's been reported to have great benefits for a lot of things. Ayahuasca is a tea-like drink that is made only with 2 ingredients. One of the ingredients is Banisteriopsis caapi, and the other one is Psychotria viridis. My apologies. Psychotria viridis. Lamagama ajule kakhulu le imithi engasi imithi le yalathi nesiyaziyo. So apologies if Mkhulu Sseida didn't pronounce it correctly. You can go look up these ingredients yourself. Interesting story behind it. Uguti, when researchers that went to South America who were researching ayahuasca went there and they questioned them in terms of Uguti, how did you know of all the ingredients? Firstly, in South America, in Peru, in the Amazon, there are 4,000 different types of plants, herbs, and roots. And so they asked the shamans, how did you know that it was specifically this vine and this plant that when you mix would have this effect and would make ayahuasca? And do you know what the shaman said? The shaman said it was the spirits that guided us. The spirits of the jungle. It was the spirits of the earth. It was God who guided us to create this medicine. So yabona ukuthi its origins, even where it comes from, it is believed to be a medicinal drink that was given to them by a higher power, was given to them by something beyond human. They didn't just guess. They were gonna create a poison. Chigi abantu bayafa. Chigi people are poisoning themselves. So this was definitely given to them by the earth, just like mushrooms are given to us by the earth, just like marijuana is given to us by the earth. I could go on and on, but I'm going back to the point of what I endorse things that are naturally grown from the ground. Anything that is taken from the earth without being altered, without being processed in any way. Ayahuasca induces an altered state of consciousness. A lot of people that went to Peru on these retreats bavamise ukuya lapha because they'll be suffering ngezinto ezifana ne-depression, they'll be suffering ngezinto ezifana ne-anxiety, they'll be suffering from traumas, from various things that might have happened to them when they were young or when they were old. They'll be suffering from addictions, they'll be suffering from feeling disconnected. And many times if you do the research, these people will let you know when they returned back from Peru, they experienced a change in character, a better outlook in life. Some of them surprisingly found themselves cured of their depression, cured of their anxiety. Cured through that treatment that they experienced at that getaway. They found themselves cured from the anxiety, from their addiction. They found themselves, they all had the same sentiment, which they now felt more connected to the source. They felt more connected to God. They felt more connected to their guides. So, with that being said, Mkhulu Sseida can say that although ayahuasca can be regarded as a psychedelic, I would say it is more umuti, a spiritual medicine that has been given to us by God to assist us with a process of healing mental and psychological issues of various kinds. Aside from that, it is also a tool for you to have that experience, for you who cannot feel God, for you who feels like God does not exist, your guides don't exist. With ayahuasca, you could find yourself experiencing your guides in front of you, to converse with them, for them to guide you, for them it is, I don't want to say it's a divine drink, but it is a powerfully spiritual drink. That's all we have time for, guys. Anything I didn't touch on ayahuasca, please reach into the comment section. Go ahead and ask me any more questions. I'll be more than happy to answer in the comment section. If I cannot answer you, somebody else who has the information will answer you. Mkhulu Sseida, guys, remember 17th December till the 22nd December, Cape Town, we are on our way to. We'll be cleansing people. We'll be doing all sorts of water cleansings that are needed. We are figure gaming. It's 700 rand. We are shaluti Mkhulu mina, I need a cleansing for this, or I need a cleansing for that, or we book you in. The slots are filling up, so if you have a chance, reach out to me. May you guys have a brilliant week ahead. Stay focused and continue working towards your goal. And all the angels of light are on your side. Makos.